Hello everyone, it is Leo's Fire and back again with another video, and today is just a little small video. It is about James Gunn, the creator of, the director of Guardians of the Galaxy movies and the upcoming new Suicide Squad as well. And it is that James Gunn has spoken to Marvel and DC about a crossover film. In universe, I think it's talking about as well. I've had a little bit of a look at the article. It's just a very short one and it's just bringing you some information. Right, so it's saying here director James Gunn is no stranger to working in the world of comic books. Having now directed films for both Marvel and DC properties, according to the director, he's even had discussions with the studios about a potential cross-brand crossover, which just means a crossover. And speaking on social media, Gunn replied to a fan's tweet. So Twitter, if you went to James Gunn's Twitter, you could see this for yourself. To a fan's tweet asking about the chances of ever seeing a crossover between the Marvel Cinematic Universe and the DC Extended Universe. Gunn says that he's had casual talks with the powers that be at both companies, but doesn't think it's too likely despite stressing that it isn't impossible. Look, this is probably true, certainly with Marvel going full multiverse now. It could potentially even be like a multiversal war. That's how they could fit it in. That could be why the multiversal wars. So, and I think DC is starting to get back on its feet now, if I'm correct. I don't really follow too much of DC. I used to watch the animated stuff, but I'm not over keen on the films. And just at the bottom here it says, I've casually talked to the powers that be at both Marvel and DC about it, Gunn said. I would love for it to happen. I don't think it's likely, but I don't think it's an impossibility either. That said, just constantly seeing crossovers and mashups is less enchanting to me than that strong story. So basically he's saying, don't do it just to do it. Oh, we can do this, so we'll do it. It's more, how would we fit this into a really good story-driven story? And how can both DC fans and Marvel fans be entertained and basically be took along that journey? And it goes on to say, I find it disconcerting at times that many folks seem more interested in crossovers, cameos, references, and post-credit scenes than they do for the actual story and characters of a specific film. When making a film, I spend 99.9% of my time thinking about story and character, and 1% the rest. 0.1%, should I say. Currently, Gunn is readying to release his upcoming film, DC's The Suicide Squad, and it just goes on to say who are the people in the film. And that's a lot of very well-known actors in that film. You could call it a star-studded cast. But anyway, we're talking about just this news that he was talking about a potential of a crossover. So he has had conversations to both of them about a potential, basically maybe just putting like the idea out there. Because he is working for both companies, and usually that wouldn't be normal. They'd probably be fighting over the director. No, he's ours. Like, you don't really, and a lot of people are sometimes like, no, Marvel's better, DC's better. And it could be a nice way James Gunn's trying to bring everyone together and actually give a story-driven movie that will please everyone. And I feel like it could very well be like a multiversal war. That'd be a good way, because they're both multiversal now. There's different Batmans and everything for DC, and Marvel is opening up to the multiverse as well. So it could be a multiversal war. Then they just basically do like the comics. They just reset it at the next point. Comics could go on forever. They probably will. So there's lots and lots of different ways they could do this. Just my preferred way would be a multiversal war. It would make sense, certainly with everything going on. Maybe in like 10 years they could do something like this and build it up slowly. But anyway, that's just my opinion. It's Leo's Fire. I'll be doing a review on Loki on Wednesday. I'll be doing a stream of the Dark Alliance game on Xbox on Twitch tomorrow. I'll see if I can record like a let's play and post it on YouTube as well. Again, thanks again. It's Leo's Fire.